Hi there, brothers, sisters. I said that I would calculate this number for you, showing you how God tells us to calculate it. It is all connected to Daniel chapter 12 and the 1335 days. And if you look at this, it says, "Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. I'm also going to help you to see what the devil did to Jesus at the calculated number. Well, here is wisdom. Let him who has wisdom calculate the number. This is the same as Daniel chapter 12. It says there in verse 9, "Go your way, Daniel, because the words are sealed up till the time of the end. The wicked won't understand, but the wise shall understand." So remember, let the one who has wisdom calculate the number of the beast. So let's do just that and prove that Revelation chapter 13 is Daniel chapter 12. Right, it says it's the number of the beast. This is the beast in verse 1, and he has 7 heads and 10 horns and 10 crowns. Let's follow that beast. That beast again pops up in Revelation chapter 17, and it's in verse 12. The 10 horns which you saw are 10 kings who've not yet received a kingdom when it was written, but they will receive authority for 1 hour or a short period of time as kings with the beast, which we saw in Revelation 13:1. These have one mind, and they will give their authority and power to the beast in Revelation chapter 13:1. And we see it here, these will make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb will overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And notice, it said that he went off to wage war with the remaining ones of her seed. Well, we are steadfast with Jesus. And it says, and those who are with him, that's Jesus, called and chosen and faithful, they will wage war as well. Right. Now, it says, and the 10 horns which you saw in verse 16, these will hate the harlot, and will make her devastated and naked, and will completely burn her with fire. For God's put it into their hearts to fulfill his purpose, to be of one mind, and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God are fulfilled. And it says, the woman who you saw is the great city, which is Babylon the Great. Now notice, this we're told to get out of Babylon the Great, and then the 10 kings are told in verse 6, render to her as she is rendered to you, and repay her double according to her works. In her cup mix double. And she is, verse 8, therefore her plagues will come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she will be utterly burnt with fire, for the Lord is strong who judges her. Right, double the payment, 666 times 2 is 1332. Remember, this is the day that the 2 witnesses die, because there's 3 days left, which brings it to 1335. That's when Babylon the Great is completely destroyed, leaving just 3 days left for Jesus to come and for him to, the appearance of him will then, he devours them with what he says comes out of his mouth. Right, what I want to show you now is that in Daniel, it says that he's going to make them white. Look, and he said, "Go your way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Many shall be purified and made white and refined, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and they're going to be destroyed and burnt with fire." Now, so remember the white. Now, what does Jesus refer to when he's talking about that? It's here right before us. Because Jesus said to them, "My food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. There are still 4 months and then come to the harvest. Behold, I say to you, lift up your eyes and look at the fields, for they are already white for harvesting." What this does is it separates the weeds from the wheat in this final war. Let me show you Matthew 13. Here we go. Right, the sower of the seed, good seed, is the Son of Man. The field is the world, the sons of the kingdom, but the tares are the sons of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is a conclusion of the age, and the reapers are angels. Therefore, as the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, like Babylon the Great, so it will be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send forth his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and those who practice lawlessness, and will cast them into the fiery furnace. There is where their weeping and gnashing of the teeth will be. Then the righteous one will shine, bright white as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. So, we're being, at the time of the war, refined. Some are being ready to be burnt, and some are ready to go into the kingdom. And the 666 is the day that is completed on. Babylon the Great is completely burnt with fire, or in a position she's been gathered together, bundled together to be burnt. Whereas the sons of the kingdom are now gathered, ready to go to heaven in the resurrection and the rapture. So that is what Daniel chapter 12 says. Because at the end of it, look, many shall be purified and made white. In verse 10, the wicked won't understand and they'll be ready to be burnt up. Then in verse 12, he says, blessed is he who waits, when this desolation, abomination of desolation is set up on day 1290. And it lasts for 42 days, bringing us to the number 1332, the 666 calculated twice, leaving only 3 days left for the full number of the 1,335 days to pass. And then, as it says in 13, for Daniel the prophet, he would arise to receive his inheritance, and so do all the faithful slaves of God to receive their inheritance. It's all the same. Every time the Bible speaks about Daniel chapter 12, it's found right throughout the Bible as a pattern, which I'll show you more of another time. Thanks again, brothers and sisters.